Spider-Man One More Day is not that bad. Y'all are just being mean. One More Day is often vilified for bringing up one of the most iconic comic couples and starting the trend of making sure Peter never feels an ounce of happiness in his life. The top brass on Marvel need Peter to be as broke, sad, and single as the average comic book fan. Escapism, I guess. One More Day is certainly no masterpiece, but what it does do to justify the breaking up of Peter and MJ is kind of tragically beautiful. In exchange for the life of Aunt May, after she was shot in an assassination attempt towards Peter, the demon Mephisto wants to erase the marriage of Peter and MJ to bathe in their eternal suffering or something. A major complaint of this story is that it's out of character for Peter to do something like this. But actually, I think it's one of the most in-character things Peter's ever done. Like most heroes, Spider-Man is born out of tragedy, unfortunately one that he caused himself. One selfish moment in his youth led to the death of his one and only father figure. This motivated him to be the righteous hero that he is. But Peter has shown repeatedly that his own well-being, whether it be physical, mental, or social, are secondary to his role as Spider-Man. He can never take a break from saving people, even when there are 10,000 other heroes in New York. This story is a culmination of Peter's martyr complex that stems from Ben's death. He feels that just because he made one mistake at 15, he can never again let injustice prevail, even to his own detriment. While his goal of saving everyone in Ben's memory is honorable, it doesn't touch upon the core issue of Peter's inability to forgive himself. I do believe Peter will be okay if Aunt May died of old age or in a car crash or something, but because what happened stems from his mistake of revealing his identity to the public, it triggers his unresolved trauma, and he attempts to move heaven and earth just to save the life of an 80-year-old woman. He would rather lose everything he's gained and will gain, like his future family or his career as a college professor, rather than deal with the grief of Ben's death for a second time. Because of her strong love for him, MJ knows this about Peter, and ultimately knows what decision he'll make before he does. Instead of treading old ground and going back and forth without this decision, they spend their last day in the most ancient and carnal form of love there is, holding each other till the very end. This behavior is tragically realistic and helps aid the idea that Spider-Man is the everyman superhero, for better or for worse. If the story found a way to fix Aunt May and not erase their relationship, it would have been just another bland Spider-Man story lost to time. Sometimes it's better to live in infamy. One More Day is far from a perfect story, but it is an intriguing story that encourages discussions of grief, trauma, and the status of Spider-Man overall. So it's at least C tier. F you guys.